C-Town Stand Up. We're back here at the lunch table, Seattle's #1 source for hip-hop news and discussion. I'm Caj Encee with Feez. Oh, we ain't even got Feez in here today, man. We got M-Pyre here with us. Feez the Germ, man. He's not here with us here today, but we got some special guests here with us in the building. We got Lewie here with us, man. How you doing, bro?
Hell yeah, I'm good. Just living, blessed.
I feel you. Who you got here with us again, man, today?
Rose from MKF.
Yep,
MKF in the building.
And you just came out with some new music really recently, Driver. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with that track. We saw Cube 93 hop behind it and give it some push as well, man. How was that feeling, man, getting that in rotation?
I mean, for us, it's like a long time coming. Feel me? So it's like exciting, but it's like, nigga, it's like we been waiting for that. Should have had it. So it's not nothing that we're ecstatic about, but it's recognized. Like, I appreciate it. I acknowledge it. And it's a big move. It looks like a big move on the outside looking in. So, not
like
a lot of people get that. You said what?
I said, like, you expect that move to get made. You know what I'm saying? Just like you were saying, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And that's the first time that you ever had a song in rotation up at Cube?
Yeah. But we've been on the Cube stage. We've been on the Cube 93, biggest summer jam stage, and they had at the Gorge. And there wasn't no song in rotation then. Mm-hmm. I don't know,
What do you think of the lineup they just came out with, man?
I say shout out my boy Travis.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I ain't saying nothing about that lineup, bro.
It's it's suspect, man. I know they're trying to jump start it back up, and like what they got Lil Baby, they got
that's what they had, Lil Baby and YG.
Lil Baby, YG,
City Girls.
Bro, they got Kid Ink as one of the main artists, which is just
he's staking, but
that's why I said, bro, Q must get the
life.
plug on him because they brought him out to Summer Jam like 4 times now.
What do they got? They also had Cardi B's writer,
Partisan
Fontaine. I don't know what, like, he got like one song that he's finna do.
He ain't got no pull.
I don't know what they was thinking with that, man.
Travis is a good look for them because
sure.
that shows that they're still in tune with the local, with the actual local scene. Even though he's far more local, but I felt they should have grabbed Mosey too.
For sure.
I felt that personally. So I didn't know what was going on. I don't know if they're detached, but our culture, Mosey's probably the biggest thing. So I don't know why you wouldn't throw him on there. He just sold out Showbox by himself last night down there. So
right now he sold out both Showboxes now.
Exactly.
Yeah, market
bigger.
So those, but yeah.
So I don't know. Last night we did the Mosey show, and that was big. So I don't know why they wouldn't grab him. He could bring 1,500 himself.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was surprised to not see that too.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they reached out to get the quote. You know what I mean? Even try to negotiate. That's what I mean. If I was doing Summer Jam, I'm putting Travis and Mosey on there, and then you're hitting. Absolutely. You're hitting 2 different markets in the local community, and you're pulling between them. You're pulling probably close to 3,000 local people who might not even care about
everybody
Lil Baby
else.
and YG. You know what I mean? And like, to be honest, Lil Baby and YG shouldn't even be like your #1 pick. No disrespect to bro, but like, I mean, when was his last? You know what I mean? When was his last single besides being featured on Nipsey's joint? You know what I mean? I can't even think of like when his last single was out.
I mean, YG just put something. I feel like whoever put the lineup together, I feel like they're part of the culture, and it's a well balanced lineup.
That's true.
It's a well balanced lineup. You got like music for this. You got music for the streets on there. So the streets is supporting it because we support Lil Baby. We listen to Lil Baby and YG. Regardless of whatever they drop, they still got our support.
Right.
So we'll go just because we see their name on the bill type shit. But then you got Travis, he got his, so it's a and then you got Cardi B's right. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know really what their thought was.
Kid Ink he ain't put out, I don't even know where he's at. But he probably still got some dedicated Kid Ink fans that'll pull up. He done been out here about 10 times, so.
Yeah.
I heard he got like some pull over in Europe. Like he's more like outside the U.S. now, so like he stays getting booked outside the U.S., but.
He stays getting, like, I got the satellite radio in the whip, like on the pop music channel, they play his shit pretty frequently, He had those jams with Chris Brown that I feel like still getting burned,
They're having it at the Tacoma Dome. That's kind of weird. not having that like at an outside venue. I don't know if like they couldn't get the gorge, but I don't know
Safe
how
bet,
that.
man. All these fires, man. That you know what I mean. They want to. I don't know. That's why I thought of when I seen that. I was like, oh yeah, that's a smart move because the way these fires been these last 3-4 years, like
I think that's a backtrack to do it at the Dome.
I feel it.
Because even in Tacoma, the Dome don't got no good reputation.
Yeah.
Like, the events there be crap. Like, they be crap.
Yeah.
Like, in Tacoma, you know them. You might just go to have a good time. That's what everybody in Tacoma is going to go do. Like, even though the Summer Jam, whatever they feel about it, niggas going to go because just to have a good time. It's something to do. You don't have a lot to do.
it's right there.
Yeah, it's right there down the street from where you're at, but I don't expect that to be no crazy show.
But yo, one of the first songs I ever heard by you, bro, was Tax City, back in like 2011, bro. How old was you when you made that record?
I was like 18.
Okay, and you was also Lil Rip back then. I remember it was like, cause I actually reached out to you, was just getting on tour, and I was just like, hey yo, you should come rock with us up at the lunch table. You know what I'm saying? You was just on the little live, but he was like, yeah, that was Lil Rip. I was like, oh, bet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even put that connection together. I didn't even know when the name change happened. But what made you go from Rip to Lewie?
I mean, that Tag City stuff, when I made the song, like, it was just a lot of, you know, it was just a lot of garage music. You know, it was fun at the time. Feel me? It wasn't a profession. It wasn't, I just had a lot of momentum. You know, I had a lot of spotlight because outside of the music, I was well known. So when I finally started doing that, everybody just started supporting, and it just went. But the name change kind of came when I decided, like, I want to venture off into the business, into actually being a professional. So after that, I was just like, you know, I got a lot of strategies to rebrand myself. So that's what I did. So it's different from, it's good to me when people know Lewie and they don't know Rip, because that just shows me that what I did worked. So if you know Rip, then you've been I can see how long you've been supporting me and how long you've known me, but I got a lot of people who know Lewie don't even know where Rip is. Mosey didn't even know what Rip, like, he didn't even know. That just lets me know that I'm doing a good job. So that's the name change just came when I wanted to switch lanes.
Right. And when did that kind of come about? When you was like, all right, we're doing this and now.
I always told myself I was gonna change my name because it was I grew out of that. That's what it really is. That's why I changed my name, because it's just something that you grow out of. You know, it's like kid to a man stage. So yeah, it was just I probably say, but even when I was calling myself Rip, like I want to say like 5 years ago, I was still introducing myself on the track. Like, you know, when you first come in and you say your little ad-libs, I would always say Lewie, and everybody would, because that's my nickname in Tacoma, T-Lou. So I was like, you know, I know that I'm going to have a lot of eyes on me because I ain't going to stop. Feel me? I'm not going to stop doing what I got to do. So I know I'm going to have a lot of eyes. I know these questions are going to get asked, like, how did you come up with the name Rip? And I don't know. I can't tell nobody. So I'm like, you know, I sat down like, I need a name to where I want to explain it. I want to be able to explain. So I went with the closest name that everybody called me, and that was T-Lou. I just changed T-Lou to Lewie. My boy John Trail called me Lewie, so I was like, you know, I'm changing my name. I'm going to start now. I'm going to introduce it now, full blown. When I have something big to transition over, I'm going to just make that transition. I don't want Lil Rip on nothing. I don't want that nowhere. I took everything down off YouTube, everything down off all the platforms, all that.
I was going to say, because I was really trying to tap into your catalog. You know what I'm saying? I think on Apple Music, is it just Driver that's up there right now? Besides, like, your features and stuff like that?
It's Driver, and then a lot of my music is under MKF.
Okay.
So you're going to have to type in MKF.
Is that on Apple and Spotify? Or
Yeah,
just
if you type everything.
Everything? Okay.
If you type in MKF. I didn't do a lot of solo music in the last, like, 2 years. Mitch, you know the MKF wave kind of just took off.
Right.
I mean, when it took off as a collective. So Lewie was just a part of MKF.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know I've been a solo artist for years.
Right.
So now the Lewie, I don't have a lot of catalog, feel me? So Driver's my first solo joint, like, that you gonna find for real. after years.
Gotcha.
So that's probably the only song I got solo.
So is this like, so as long as you've been doing music, you've been with MKF, or did you join up? You know what I'm saying?
That's family. It's family, bro. So it was like, you know, if we was to stop doing music tomorrow, we would still be MKF.
Yeah.
And we just wouldn't be doing music. So it's nothing that we joined. We just, you know, formatted our group basically and just say we wanted to do rap, whether we rapping, whether we're putting on shows. We do our own shows in Tacoma and Seattle. So that is the brand, basically. It's the LLC. So I would probably say we started pushing the MKF shit when I was like 16. So it's been probably like, I want to say since 2000, let's say when I was in 10th grade, that's when we started pushing it. I want to say 2010, 2010 is when we started pushing the music total.
Yeah, like seriously.
And then how is like, because MKF and like Tacoma just been synonymous, man. Like the city like really, really messes with y'all tough, man.
Yeah.
And they have been for a long time. So like how did it come about? Like you were saying earlier, you're just known out there like,
Yeah.
even before music, you just got deep roots like in Tacoma in general?
Yeah, for real. His roots go to, my roots ain't in Tacoma, like my family roots.
Yeah.
Feel me? I just grew up there. And I was very well known. I knew a lot of people. I was cool with everybody, stuff like that, you know, doing what I was doing. He's rooted, feel me? So everybody besides me and like 2 people from MKF are rooted. Like they first grandma's house, like they own property in 1950 type shit,
Right.
like on the hilltop. So it's like they got real black roots out there. So besides the music shit, like we could just walk around, feel me? Like his family reunions is out there. So when you transition, you already have a whole lot of support. And then when they see Lewie, then they see Rose, and then Dipiano, he has a lot of family. He's rooted. Meliano, he's rooted. Gluey Sparks, everybody. And then when they see Collective, you know, that shit took off. We started getting millions in streams and shit. I was like, you know, I ain't never had that before his little rip. So I was like, this is different.
Right.
That shit's crazy.
Because that's you guys definitely. I talk about it whenever I write you guys on the blog. Like, you know, we're one of the only. I don't even consider us like a main media outlet. You know what I mean? Because we're like independent. But like as far as the traditional media, like Seattle Times, The Stranger, even like you saying the Q93s earlier, like they just like have been kind of like you guys have never really been put on that platform.
We've been shaded.
And it's like if you really look at the numbers, like what you guys are doing organically off SoundCloud is what you guys have been doing organically off SoundCloud for like 5+ years has been like
It's really been the heavy shit and is probably like the last 2 years.
right.
The last
But
2
I
years.
mean, you guys have been put like respectable, like very respectable numbers. You know what I mean? For local, independent, whatever artist you want to classify it as. But these last 2 years, it's been wild, and it's been crazy to see you guys get so much love from like the streets, the community, your city, and clearly the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. Like you go down south, a lot of artists might have a lot of love in the streets, but their Instagram or their SoundCloud is not that popping. You know what I mean? Because the culture's a little disconnected from the internet. But you guys are like doing numbers in the streets, in the community, online, and you guys have had a lot of like. I don't know, like you said shade, like I don't know if it's shade or just people being out of touch or just not knowing like how to look at platforms and be like what's real and what's
like,
not.
This, you know, the streets don't win out here.
Yeah.
Feel me? It's not business savvy for them to invest and for them to even have an interest of what's popping in the streets. That don't make them money. So, you know, I'm pretty sure they see it. You gotta see it. You have to see it because it started to get to a point where I was feeling boxed out of Seattle, you know? So we started throwing our own shows in Tacoma, you know, bringing Mozzie, bringing SOB, bringing Trill Sammy, Mike Sherm. That's how the Mike Sherm collab came about. We're paying out of our pocket, renting these venues, doing it ourselves because we're feeling that boxed out. But we know that we're not getting them eyes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, bro, look, if you got a local group who's well-respected, you know, we can walk anywhere, we network well, and we got over 3 million streams, and we don't got no features, and we ain't getting no love, no write-ups, no nothing. You know, it took for me to make that move that I recently made with Mosey to actually get them to acknowledge what we got going on. But before that, we been had this going on.
Right.
We sold out our own show in Tacoma, 400 people, and that was light. That was like with like 2-3 weeks promotion. You know, like, so I don't know. I don't know why they do that. I don't know, but you know, I'm in a standpoint to right now where I got a different voice. You know, I can speak to those people who wasn't noticing before.
Right.
So,
and it's dope to see like it finally come around, you know, because a lot of people get real sour and real jaded, and like I could tell. I mean, obviously you got a chip on your shoulder about it, but you're not, you know what I mean? You're not letting that affect you, and like, because that can be a negative thing, right? Once you start getting that attention, you're like, nah, man, forget. I'm not messing with y'all. I'm not messing with y'all. Y'all didn't show love.
was
That's
gonna
not
do
good.
that.
That's not good business. You know what I mean? Like,
I was gonna do that too. I was gonna do that. I was thinking about it. Like, you know, when I get this voice, I'm like,
it's not. I mean, in my eyes, it's not good business, but it's good.
No.
I mean, it's good to like know and like internalize that hunger and then use it towards what you got, the moves you got to make. You know what I mean? Because that's a move like. Using your voice like that's a move that you don't gotta make. You know what I mean? It's not gonna do nothing. You might feel good to say it. You know what I mean? But like past that, it doesn't really do anything.
yeah, as long as we know, feel me, bros, we all know what's going on.
Right.
Feel me? So we're just rolling with the punches.
And so what's up with like, man? You guys had the solo tour last year, right? Or the MKF tour, right? And just you know, man, it looked like that thing just was getting Dikembe Mutombo'd everywhere, man. I don't know if you want to speak on it too much, but
nah, it's it's an open subject. We, you know, I set up the tour for us. We had 8 dates across Washington. I felt like we had enough. I wanted to see where we were at as far as like how big our fan base was over here. So we was gonna hit Bremerton, Tacoma, Seattle, Spokane, Tri-Cities, Bellingham. I think we had like 2 more. And then it was kind of like a domino effect. Like I just woke up. It was going to start on like a 1st. I don't know what date it was, but it was going to start on the 1st of some day. I think it was like May or something. I don't remember. But I woke up to the promoter texting me about the Bremerton show. Mind you, that show sold 200 plus tickets, like 250. It sold like 90 tickets in the first day. For us, that's good. Feel me? I'm like, we're about to do 300 in Bremerton. Right. So I'm like, all right. I'm telling them like, bro, we about to be doing something. Feel me? Gonna be making our own money. Very next morning, he texts me like, you know, the FBI shut down the show. And I text him like, FBI? I'm like, bro, the FBI didn't shut down the show. It's probably the police. He said no. He was like, the gang unit from Tacoma drove, a FBI agent and 2 cops drove to meet up with the Kitsap County Police. So it was 5 cars total, and they drove to the venue and basically just shut it down. Told the venue owner that we were under investigation. Gang involvement, the Gluey Sparks situation, they hold that over us. Yeah. So they're like, their last show, their brother got killed, yada yada. So now we're being victimized. So, and then we're the cause of it at the same time. Like, they give us, it's like, I don't know, they're just using that to just as like fuel to whatever that they trying to do to us. So they don't, I don't know. They don't like it though. They don't like it. Tacoma don't like what we do, you know. They don't like what we do. We're bringing light to certain situations that they do not want nobody to, feel me? It shouldn't have that light. So they just literally, Bremerton got shut down. Then the Tacoma got shut down. Then Seattle called me. And then Bellingham called me. And then the Spokane one was just like, you know, we had momentum off those dates. So it was just like I said, it was done. I was like, fuck. I'm like, fuck. Nigga, I hit these guys like, bro, the whole tour, done. And it was the FBI for real. I'm like, done. Man. We're done. Can't perform. can't do nothing. So I'm like, how are we gonna do shows?
Right.
Like, so we didn't even have the Mosey tour was a blessing because we wouldn't be performing. Wouldn't have been performing nowhere.
And so that brought it back. Like last night, sold out Showbox Soto. It took that opportunity for you guys to be able to perform like in your own. I mean, it's not your city, but your own area. You know what I mean? Your own region.
Took that for us to, and the only reason why, you know, I don't know if they'll shut our shit down right now because they probably will. If MKF is the headliner, they're probably going to go to that venue and try to shut it down. But the fact that we're under Mosey in this Lil Mosey show, and we're main opener for that show, I don't think they're gonna mess with it.
Right.
Feel me? He got too much. He got industry lawyers. You know, he could go through all that. You ain't shutting down no Mosey show. That's
right.
$40,000+ invested. So.
Yeah.
Now, was that the end of the tour? Just last night?
Yeah, last night was the last date.
So how did y'all begin to link up, you and Mosey? How did y'all get that connection?
At first, I didn't know. I woke up to him tagging MKF, the MKF gang page, and I was just like, I mean, this is when he was on tour with like Juice WRLD or something like that. Mm-hmm. So he was on a big tour, and he was getting a lot of love. And he started tagging us. He tagged us like 3 times. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how you even, he's slapping our music on the tour bus. I wake up to people calling me, like, make that play. Feel me? So I didn't know bro at all. I've never seen him in life. Then later down the road, when Ben Kid J did an interview, they asked him, how did the Lewie situation come about? And he said they was playing our music before Mosey got on. So he's kind of in that age range to where he was playing us, period. Basically, right. Like our age group out here, he was a listener. He was a supporter of the MKF before Mosey got on. So that just showed me, like, man, how, like, bro.
That's the impact.
Yeah, I'm like, bro. So that's how it came about. Like, bro got on, and he been slapping us. So, like, we just made that play. Mm-hmm. I was just like, let's just link up. We linked up. There was a lot of politics behind everything that's going on with me and him. And, shit, it was cool, though. Bro's cool.
With, like, such an age gap between y'all, what was that dynamic like on tour? You know what I'm saying? Are you playing, like, a little big brother role, like, giving him advice, how to move and whatnot?
He's like, I mean, he's the age gap's there, but it's not, because
like his maturity.
Yeah, no. Like, as far as activities, who we listen to, how we move, half of the MKF is 18 to 20, and he just turned 17. Mm. So half of my camp just graduated high school last year. So he's kind of in the comfort zone messing with us. Like, when it comes to, like, me, it's kind of like a big bro, little bro situation. And I was just trying to give him advice on his situation and stuff like that. I just try to give him everything that I know about what he's going through. Yeah. But, his situation is different. It's different.
What type of shit was you trying to give? Like, type of advice were you trying to give to him?
I just told him, I told Mosey, period, like, you are the catch. Feel me? Like, you have it. Everybody around you, like, as far as, like, team, if they're not moving like how you want them to move, understand that you're the diamond. Feel me? Like, you can have whoever you want to manage you. You can have whoever you want to book your shows. You can, feel me? You got that power. So that's why I just always reminded him, like, as soon as you ain't feeling something, check it. Because, man, it's you. It's not them. Mm-hmm. Like, feel me? They're blessed to be around you. So that's what I always told him.
You was talking about most of your music, your back catalog is with the MKF gang, and that Drive is really kind of your only solo single that's out right now. What's kind of next for you musically as far as releasing consecutive singles or leading into a project? What you got going on right now?
We got so much music. That's why I like the MKF thing we had going on, because, I could drop song after song after song. We were dropping songs every 2 weeks, and we were hitting 100,000 streams. And it was lovely because I didn't have to hold on to nothing. Yeah. It was so raw, I could just drop it. It was raw support. Right now, I'm probably just gonna keep dropping singles, and then we'll probably drop the MKF. I'm gonna move the MKF wave. How we been doing it. So I know as myself, I'll probably drop something as soon as Driver hits like 100,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna drop my For My Dog song. I got that song and video already done. Driver's been done. That shit was done since November.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me like 4 months to even drop it. So I'm kind of moving at a slower pace, but I don't want that to hold up from the MKF shit. So the MKF, we're gonna drop Lewie's project this summer. Then we're gonna drop. That's gonna be the MKF project.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of my focus, because I know I'm moving slow. So
Got you. What was kind of like the hold up from November to like, what was it, last month you just dropped, or was it this month? Driver?
Driver just dropped a week and a half ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, so we're super recent. What was kind of like the whole process from November to now getting that out?
The Mosey song.
Got you.
So, you know, when you got that in your bag, you kind of want to quarterback everything after that.
Yeah.
So it was that. Clearing houses, pushbacks over and over and over and over. And then it went from me and Mosey did the song in December, and it dropped in like early April, late March. I think it dropped March. So, but we been had it done. So you have to think, I couldn't drop no music from that time. I'm just in the studio every week. And then I know what I got going on. I know the move I'm about to make is heavy. So I'm really trying to get prepared for that light, because like you said, we've been waiting for that light. So when we get them type of listeners, them type of eyes on us, we gonna have to have these moves quarterback. So I'm sitting on like 30 to 50 new songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't drop none of them because, you know, when the Mosey song drops, so it drops in March, and I'm on tour at the time. So it's like you kind of have to milk everything going on. And you kind of have to just take the opportunity to just let the Mosey song do what it does. And then you're on tour, so it's going to catch momentum. That's kind of, you don't want to take from that. So I had to wait till the Mosey song hit 1 million. That was my goal. I told everybody, all my new supporters, to get the song to 1 million streams. Once it gets to 1 million streams, I'll drop Driver.
Got you.
So I had to wait. I'm just waiting. And then, you know, they're kind of like the MKF. I kind of like market everything we do. So they're like, you know, when can I drop? When can I drop? Mm-hmm. Feel me? And it's like with them, I don't want to drop too much and then it take away from anything that we got going on.
Yeah, wherever the momentum's at.
Yeah, wherever the momentum's at, like Dippy and R-Dub, they got Wood in her.
That one's still climbing.
Boy, that song, I don't know what algorithm they hit on YouTube, what they did, bro. Like, they dropped that shit in, like, late December, early January, you know? And I told them, you guys need a song. They dropped that shit, bro. It's at, like, 200 plus thousand right now.
Ooh.
Video. Like, it surpassed everything MKF has done. But, you know, we set up that platform for it to do something like that. But, you know, me and Lou's song, me and Gluey's song won it. It's at like 150,000 in a year.
Yeah.
Their Wood in her has 200 plus thousand in months. So they're definitely going to hit 1 million.
Yeah.
And that's organic. And people thought we bought views. They're on the comments, spamming us. You guys buying views, whoop-de-whoop. And you know me, like, I'm really looking into stuff different. So I'm looking at this shit climb. Like, I'm banging their line. They don't even know what they got. I'm banging their line. Like, you guys' videos climbing like 5,000 views every day. Feel me? Like, for us to buy views, we would have to buy views every day. The way that it's climbing. We would be spending money on views every day. Like, no. Feel me? So I want them to drop. They're probably going to drop next because that's working.
Yeah, we're gonna come right back to that real quick. But I saw on your Instagram that you took a tour through Epic Records, right, recently, or however long ago.
Epic, Def Jam, Alamo, and Mass Appeal, M-Pyre. So we just kind of shopping.
Yeah, so you're not signed yet.
Nah, we got some deals on the table, but like I said, we just shopping. I just know how it works, and I'm not trying to, I got a real life outside of music. Feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to lock myself in and not be able to make no money, and then me hate music.
Yeah.
Feel me? I'm not trying to do that. So I'm just really waiting. I just really want to dig in and make sure everything is solid. Make sure the back page, the 28th page fine print is read and everything is, feel me, before niggas do anything.
What's gonna be like what do you have on your mind right now? That's kind of the biggest factor of when like they're coming to you with whatever deals where it's like, what do you kind of hanging your hat on where it's like, all right, I know I can fuck with them.
How much they're willing to work with us. Def Jam told us straight up, we're not gonna do nothing for you guys. They told us in the meeting, like, we'll sign you guys, but we're not gonna do nothing. I'm like, what the fuck am I sitting here for? Like, like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, they'll give us a lump sum of money. They will sign us. We could use their resources, and we'll have that budget. But they're not working for us. Feel me? Like, they're basically like, it's kind of like and they told us until we get to that stage, then they'll move for us. They'll make the moves for us. They will put us here on the platforms that we need to be put on. They will reach out to this artist. They will clear this song for us. They will get this feature that we want. But until we get to that level, they're not doing nothing. And he told us that before. He was like, I don't even, because I told him, we're different. I want you to know that. Like, so I'm not trying to, you get us locked in. We're like, fuck us over. We're not on no music shit with you no more.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, you fucking with niggas' lives and shit like that. So he just said, we're not going to work for you guys. We won't work. He said, I'm going to sugarcoat you. Shout out my boy, Ill Chris. He actually was there. That's the only reason why he even told us that straight up. Because he said, Chris is my guy. And you guys are Chris's people. So we're not going to sugarcoat nothing. Feel me?
That's important. I mean, it's important to get that game too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats who just sign that dotted line and see that money, not realizing it's a loan, and then it's
everything. That's all the industry is a loan.
Right. And so it's like, if you're not able to get it popping, with whatever budget you got now, getting a bigger budget likely isn't going to be the key to you unlocking that next level.
And then he told us that there is a clock. Feel me? That there is a clock. The clock does start when you sign. So they're gonna give you the money. Whatever you're worth, you guys work that out between your lawyers and attorneys. And then when you get the money and you sign, the clock starts. So they expect. Feel me? So he told us that, like, we work with a lot of big artists at Def Jam. So if we sign you guys, you're going to be expected to do this number. And if you don't do that number, it's kind of like there's no more money invested in you.
Yeah.
There's no more resources. Like, it's kind of like you're shelved. So that's a real situation that we ain't trying to get involved with.
Right.
You feel like most of the labels you've been visiting with is coming at that angle, like the same way Def Jam is?
Nah, Def Jam is different. That's why I say it's going to have to take, like, who will work with us the most. Feel me? Because I know we're at a point where we're at a turning point, and we could skyrocket or we could just keep going like where we're going. But being on that Mosey tour, that just let me know that we could do this wherever. Feel me? Like in Nebraska, in Colorado, in Asheville, like it's all energy with us. Feel me? So just even last night, like it's all energy. Like you could tell the difference. Feel me? You put us in the lineup, you're gonna be able to tell the difference. And then when you do the research, you're gonna be able to tell the difference. But we just don't have the platform. So whatever label is willing to work with us and just back and forth with us the whole time instead of just here and turn your back, then there's a couple. There's like a couple on our radar that I'll sign with. I just want to get the best opportunity. So
get the ducks in a row. So how has it been working with Taj, man?
That's the best. He's the best.
Right.
That's the best, and that's it was big for me to do that, like, cause I've never had a manager. It's always been in-house, and my in-house bros taking care of and us working, feel me? And this is like my blood big brother. So, you know, I discuss everything with him. So I told him I was gonna make that move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Taj manage me. And he picked me apart. Like, you know, why the fuck would, feel me? Like, and I'm just like, you know, I just kind of thought, like, it came about with labels hit me up, the Mosey shit, me knowing that, you know, I'm about to hit this little momentum burst, feel me? And I'm gonna need help. And I want to give my workload to somebody who's like me, and that's Taj. So Taj is just like me, and I love that about bro. He works. We're calling each other at 3, 4 in the morning every day. There ain't a day that we don't talk. So, like, that's probably one of the best guys that I've ever worked with. He sharpened up my whole career, got me professional. Like, he held up driver. And he was like, I'm like, bro, I'm calling him every 2 days. I'm like, I'm on tour, bro. I'm like, I am on tour. My profile is getting 150,000 profile visits a week. It's time to drop.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, if you drop now and it's not mixed properly, it's not mastered, the labels, everybody else is going to be able to hear that. So he just wants to do everything at that level, and I respect that.
And then how did that come about? How did you guys end up linking up?
I've been knew Taj for years when he was throwing shows at Showbox.
Right.
And he would always show genuine love to me.
I think I actually seen you at a couple
of
shows.
Genuine love. Like, I'm talking 6, 7 years ago when he first started managing Huey. You know, me and him had a talk then, and I wasn't ready to give my workload to somebody. You know, what he did with Huey, that inspired me to, you know, I see what you're doing, and it's just it's all business. It came about with business because that's heavy for me to let somebody manage me. So I'm like, you know, let's do the same thing you and Huey are doing. I like what you're doing with Keyshawn, and shout out Keyshawn too. He's moving. I like what you're doing with Whoop-de-Whoop. So I'm like, bro, let's just put it together now. Like, before this Mosey shit.
Yeah.
And before these label trips, and before, you know, all these eyes are on me. Let's work together now because I'm going to need help.
Yeah, and it works like if you got your you know what I mean? You got your family, your home base, and then you got your extension of that. You know, I'm sure he's like family now, but it's like more, you know what I mean? You guys obviously go back a little bit. Your relationship's a little different internally in MKF, and then you got that piece coming in that organically plugs in to help with the business. And then it's that once you find
and then
that,
once like he kind of like earned his respect with my team because, you know, in Tacoma, they watch my moves. So when I announced that he was my manager, everybody was on my head. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Type shit. Like, what are you doing? Who's this nigga? Like, because it really is rooted like that.
Right.
So when they seen how we were working and what we were doing and just the level up, the career-wise, everybody respected it. They fuck with Taj just off the strength because they know he's not doing bad by me.
Right.
Feel me? He has my best interest, and he, you know, that's what is important. So, shit, even bro was like, you know, I fuck with him. So he'll probably start managing. He's probably gonna start managing. I mean, he does now. He does a little bit of managerial work with MKF, but he's probably gonna move in that position and just start managing the whole group now.
So who else from the Pacific Northwest area making music you really fuck with right now?
Music-wise or personal? Like, just...
More so like, I mean, music-wise, but I mean, you can shout, you know, if you fuck with them personally too.
Music-wise, I probably don't play nobody. Like, I'm keeping 1,000.
Yeah.
Just my daily playlist. You know, I've tapped into Juice to God. He made more like young nigga music. So like the younger MKF loves Juice. Feel me? I really wasn't tapped in that way. And I'm not no bandwagoner, so I'm not gonna say I was tapped in, but I've listened to his music. I'm starting to listen to I like Mafi. That's my boy. Ralphie's got his foot on the gas. Pretty much in Tacoma, Sean Parker. It's like sectioned off, you know.
Right.
It's sectioned off. Like, I'm probably the first artist that bridging the Seattle and Tacoma gap for real. Like really in Seattle, like mingling. So, but from Tacoma, you got. I'm gonna end up shouting everybody. But I mean, from Tacoma, I listen to Sean Parker's, Leezy, King Lee's. He's who else, bros? Oh yeah, Shoulders. They featured a couple on the MKF tracks. Those are artists who are around us outside of the music, and they don't. If I'm feeling like I'm not getting enough credit and spotlight, and I believe in them as being the best lyricists, they're gonna be the ones that I bring up when y'all ask me these questions. Like Diggs, he's an artist that gasses. Shoulders might be probably the best lyricist that we have in Tacoma, period. And nobody knows about him though, cause he's a hood nigga. Feel me? He's just straight crippin'. So he don't get that type of love. But in the Seattles, you know, I fuck with everybody, bro. Gifted Gap. I don't really have too much people that, you know, I have issues with. Feel me? And there's like politics with.
Right.
Only if it's on some street shit, there might be some politics. But other than that, music-wise, everybody doing their thing. Gifted Gab, she's always show love. Cam the Mac, that's my boy.
Yeah.
His music's dope. We got something cooking. So I got something cooking with Cam, Ralphie, Mafi D, Y Sick.
Okay,
Yeah, Y Sick and me got some shit cooking. Those are the people that I would just bring up off the top.
Shit. Yeah, I see you fucking with Redhead too a little bit.
Oh yeah, Red.
Yeah.
I can't even forget Red was with it. Red's with us.
I know you
outside,
from here.
yeah.
I know you
Outside
from
the
here originally,
music.
but yeah, he's out here.
Nah,
now.
Red, bro, we go to each other's house 24/7. Like, I take my socks and shoes off when I go to Red. So that's like, our relationship is not on no music shit. So most of these cats I met from the music.
Right.
Feel me? Me and Red is cool. Feel me? Like, that's different. We just go and cook. I probably have a lot of songs of Red. Yeah, and he's probably one of the most talented out here.
Yeah,
he ain't even from out here.
Yeah, you got some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yo, I saw you dedicated probably a few weeks back now, since it's been a post to Nip. You know what I'm saying, on your IG. Talk about like his impact on you as an artist and as a person and everything like that.
When I was younger, feel me, I kind of looked up to Cuz so much because he was successful in the lane that we're in. So, you know, that's going to influence a 16-year-old, feel me, heavily. So we were heavily influenced. And then I brought him out here. We put our bread up, and, you know, I wanted to pick his brain. So I brought him out here to Puyallup, band the show in Tacoma. This is when he was still banging in his music, like rolling 60s hard. And that's what the venue owner did, just looked it up real quick. Who's Nipsey Hussle? Looked it up and was like, no. You feel me? No. So we went to Puyallup, brought him out here, and I got to just talk to bro for like, you know, when you're a promoter, you're face to face with the artist 24/7, and it was so cool that he wasn't one of those. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. He wasn't one of those, you know, I need 10 bags of chips, I need whoop-de-whoop. He's not one of them type of niggas, feel me? And he seen what type of niggas we were, and we just talked, bro. Talk for like 2 hours in the hotel room, went to the venue, talked some more, feel me? And he was just giving me game. I'm hot, and I didn't get to do no song with him because he picked the song that he wanted of mine, and we were supposed to do it, and I'm hot right now.
Yeah.
I'm hot, but over the years, you know, we would go out there. He would show us love. Whenever he came back out here, we opened up for him. He put us on the bill. We chopped game with him every single time he came out here. Even when we went to L.A., and I know you guys seen all them Crip niggas that was riding for him afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like that at his shows, and it gets uncomfortable. Boy, he got so much Crips around him, it'll get uncomfortable. So then we was comfortable with him. So that was a lot of love. And then, you know, him fucking with IT, Isaiah Thomas,
right,
and IT being from Tacoma, and us having a relationship with IT, it's just like a weird gel between that too. So that was a plus. I mean, so when I dedicated that post, feel me, it really hit me because there ain't a lot of like niggas in our lane and that speak for us and that really put on in a different way.
Yeah.
So when niggas got killed, it was like, who else do we got to speak for us? Feel me? Like, there's a lot of little pumps. There's a lot of, like, them niggas don't speak for us. They don't do nothing for us. So that really, feel me, niggas like, I'm looking into it deeper. So I'm like, fuck. I'm looking at this nigga like, I seen it. I text everybody like, cuz this nigga got shot 6 times, bro. I'm like, nigga. And if he goes, it limits our resources. Feel me? Because he was putting on for our resources. He was giving us more. So when a nigga like him goes, it takes from us a lot. That's like a Jay-Z.
For real. One thing I also noticed in your bio, it says, I'm an artist, I'm a father, I'm a creator, a engineer, and a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Specifically on fatherhood, how has being an artist and being in music kind of changed how you've looked at fatherhood?
That kind of played a part into the Lewie professionalism shit. I got a 4-year-old. He just turned 4. So, but I just started, full time, like, having my son every single day for the last, like, I would say like 2.5, 3 years. Before that, it's just co-parenting, stuff like that, certain situations. But, being a full-time dad, I ain't about to play with this shit no more. Feel me? I'm not trying to play. So it makes you sharpen up. Yeah. Feel me? So I'm taking this shit serious. There's a budget for this now. There's a budget for this now because I have to spend this much money on my son. I want to do this with him. I want to spend this amount of time. Feel me? So it's a different ball game now. Yeah. It's not a hobby. Niggas ain't just going to the studio no, we go to the studio every week. We get this amount of hours. I engineer all our music. So, having a son, it just makes niggas sharpen up.
Yeah, it keeps you on point. The last thing we're going to get into, you got anything else, Mitch?
I was going to just ask quickly about the NBA love, man, because it seems like, the NBA players from Tacoma, man, you guys have a good relationship with them, and I see them.
Because I
see them shouting you guys out. You guys, does that just come from, like, kind of growing up in the same age range in the city and stuff?
I mean, they're older. They ain't in I didn't, like, really grow up with them, feel me? Like, bro knows them personally. So they grew up in that, and when they were in high school, I wasn't in high school. Okay. So they grew up together, feel me? So, but we're rooted. Yeah. So, and we're doing something. Right. Like, we're making noise. So it kind of took a minute. It took a minute to get that love like that for real. And niggas was feeling some type of way, feel me? Because you're from where we're from, and you have a chance to impact some people. Right. With just a tweet, just a post. And, but, I mean, they're doing it now, so.
Yeah, I see that's pretty often. They just randomly, they'll be like, yo, shout out MKF, bro. Yeah, listen to
for
that.
real. Avery Bradley actually funded our tour.
That's wild.
He funded our tour. He's done a lot of community work. He paid for majority of Louis Sparks' funeral. Like, yeah, so, he got the utmost respect from us. Like, he got, we set up a goal. It was like 12 to 15,000 for Gluey. He put up damn near majority of it. And he said he could have paid for the whole thing. He just wanted to see how much the community was going to pitch in and how much bros and everybody was going to do. Feel me? Because he wanted to, and he did that for the tour. Because he put up majority of the bread. And he said, y'all figure the rest out. I'm going to handle this. This is why I'll sponsor y'all rep. You see me, I was out there in Avery Bradley jerseys.
Yeah, I see that
feel
all
me?
the time, yeah.
So, I'm putting on for him. He's putting on for us. And we showing that just type of love. IT. My next video was shot in his gym. Mm-hmm. So that's big. That'll be the first time anybody shot a video in there. We don't even get access to that gym like that. So it's mainly for the kids. Right. So that's big. We had to make sure there was no gang signs, no nothing in there because he has a brand too.
Right.
But yeah, that's love though.
And when's that finna drop?
See how long it took Driver to drop.
Might be summertime.
Like,
Past that.
bro, I want to drop. What's today? April.
It's almost May.
Yeah, shape on what's up.
I don't know, bro. Probably like, when the driver loses momentum, and I see it just starting to like just slow down, cause it just jumped like 3,000 views in like a day, and I thought it was moving a little slower. And when I thought it moved slower, that's when it jumped 3,000, and it just jumped another 5. So whenever that kind of just dwindles down, then I'm gonna drop something else. I probably wait like a month. I keep looking at this damn calendar. Like, probably like June 1st, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just set for June 1st. And if I get antsy between then, I'm gonna just drop it earlier. Like, fuck it.
A lot of artists talk about like them being held back by labels or management and stuff like that. Do you feel like you got full creative control about when you release stuff? Are you really pretty strategic about how you do it? Or are you you talking about like, oh, it was so raw when you was releasing before, you was about to drop it, and keep momentum going. What's it like right now with your creative control?
I mean, with me and my manager, I kind of had my boat afloat before the actual collab on that, or before us even working together. So he don't really got to build me up as much. Feel me? We just have to work together. So he just puts his stamp on it, and he takes me somewhere else. He just says, you just do this and this and this. But he gives me full creative. I can do whatever I want. The only thing I can't do is just drop random ass music.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing. I could drop some random ass music if I wanted. Like, he'll let me. He'll trust my vision. Like, all right, forget it. Drop it. But it just got to be mixed and mastered.
Yeah.
If it's mixed and mastered, I could drop tomorrow.
For sure.
So, I got full credit. That's my music. I don't fuck around.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around. I remember I was at the studio. Taj got so much respect. I was at the studio in Seattle, and one of the engineers, I had did like 4 songs. One of the engineers, I said, send me my music. One of the engineers was like, I can't. I have to call Taj and ask him.
Damn.
I was just like, he was like, cause he put me in the lab. So I was like, what you mean you can't send me my music, nigga? He was like, I gotta make sure. He's just trying to save his ass, feel me? So I was like, I'm gonna call Taj. Delete all that shit, bro. I said delete everything. Everything. Right now, nigga. Right now. Delete everything. I'm gonna call Taj. I'm gonna straighten this out. But, nigga, don't play with me about that shit, bro. If I say send me some shit that I just recorded, send me that shit. Like, but he was just, he just tightened up for real. But, yeah, it just gets like that. My creative control with my music, that's all I got.
Yeah.
So, nigga, you ain't about to... Yeah, don't move funny with my music, bro.
Bro, no, that's close to us. Like, when we can't do what we need to do, or, like, just move how we're trying to move. And I know that's one thing that, like, management and labels will really try to restrict you on.
That's why I'm a little
Just
nervous.
still.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about the label, because you do have to give your work to somebody else. And, you just got to get permission from them and them and them. It's a lot of motherfuckers in the office that you got to get permission from.
Yeah.
That's the only thing stopping me from... signing right now.
Got you. Well, before we get you out of here, man, we're going to enter our last segment called the Lunch Hour, man. We just have you answer some everyday questions. First one here, what's the first thing you think about when you wake up in the morning?
Go bother my son.
All right. Hot or cold?
Cold.
Skittles or Starburst?
Skittles.
Pasta or pizza?
Pasta.
What was your favorite subject in school? PE. We get to go outside or do something active.
After school activities.
You dig?
Basketball practice. That was my favorite subject. But no, for real, I'd probably say like math.
Okay.
Probably say math.
I wasn't cool at math. I was like reading and writing.
I've loved numbers. I'm a number guy. I'm a number
yeah.
guy, so I need to make sure my numbers. For some reason, I love numbers.
I feel you. I got up to about like second grade of algebra, and that was it for me after that.
And I still had like a C minus.
Yeah.
Nigga love numbers. Still get a C minus. Get all my work. I'm getting all A's on my shit, but when it comes to the finals and niggas ain't there, shit's crazy.
I just try to keep my shit up right above 2 point. You know what I'm saying? Keep me in sports. Keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? We can do enough to get on the field, stay on the court. We're cool,
bro. Yeah, 2 days.
All right, man. Next one. Would you rather have the sauce or the juice?
My brother had a juice.
All right. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Niggas get superhero powers, guys. Man, what are all the powers?
Or you could fly, you could transport, you could
Transport. I'm thinking about the power. I need to work. What
Shoot
powers?
fires?
You
I
can
don't
fly.
Send me a chart.
Whatever I can do to get us the fuck
invisibility.
I need to be invisible, or I need to be. Pause. I'm a pause people.
Pause time?
Yeah, pause time, cause I'm gonna go straight in the motherfucking bank. I'm pausing. I'm going straight to the bank, nigga. And I'm taking 10 million real quick, and I'm out of there.
You ever see that movie Jumper?
Mm-mm.
It was like he did exactly that shit right there.
For real?
He could teleport. So he just teleport into the safe,
Yeah.
bag all the shit, teleport right back to his apartment.
It'd probably be teleport. I'm teleport my ass right in them labels. Pause everything, walk right in the labels, put my name right there on the priority list real quick. Same thing with the radios. Pause, put my song in rotation. Yep.
Yeah. Yo, if you was stuck on an island for 1 year, could only listen to 3 albums, what would they be?
That's if you're stuck on an island for how long?
Shit, for a year.
For a year?
Yeah.
You got 3 albums?
Yeah.
That's that. You only get 3 albums, nigga. I'm listening to Victory Lap, The Marathon, and fucking probably me personally. I'm probably gonna listen to Bullets Ain't Got No Names or something. But timeless music, I'm not trying to be stuck on no island listening to no bullshit.
Yeah. We gotta get
You
through
got
this.
Post Malone's album out
Yeah,
there.
bro. I'm not listening to that shit, bro. I might listen to the Meek Mill Dream Chasers.
Okay.
Or no, what's the shit that we always slap that we was coming. Yeah, Flamers. I don't know if you niggas know that. Yeah, you gotta go back into the Meek Mill's catalog. I'll probably get Flamers 2, Victory Lap, and The Marathon. Those are
God,
my
you need
3.
some motivation out there while you.
I need something. I need good music, nigga. I need some good music.
All right, man. These last 4, you're gonna fill in the blanks, man. If I could work with anybody dead or alive, I'd want to work with.
I need 2 artists on that one. Nipsey Hussle, Tupac.
All right, we'll say 2. All right, let me see. Next one. When I'm not creating music, I am.
Messing with my son.
Okay, family time. I look for blank in a woman.
My mom.
Last one. If I wasn't a rapper, I'd be
I'd be a tech.
a tech.
Yeah.
Like what kind of tech?
Nigga, they make a lot of money.
Got you like a computer tech?
If that's where the money's at, I'm seeing it now.
Any type of tech? Any type
I
of
just
technician?
seen some crazy ass ad that Amazon posted. Like they pay like $74 an hour.
Damn.
And yeah, some crazy shit. I got a homeboy right now who's a tech. This nigga he's my age with like 2, 3 Benzes, 2 condos, vacations, and this nigga just make apps.
Yeah.
But yeah, engineering and shit. So I'm gonna be a tech.
Well, yo, y'all heard it first, man. We got Lewie in the building, Rose, M-Pyre, Caj Encee. Y'all heard it first from Seattle's #1 hip-hop news and discussion source, man. Catch us next week. Also catch us tomorrow via the RMR Facebook page and YouTube. We see y'all next week, man. We're out of here.